Hello students, I welcome you all once again in lecture number 5 today. How are you all? I hope you all are doing great and you would be enjoying quarantine time at home. You would be doing your work on time and you would be helping your parents in your home chores as well. Let's get back to work now. Okay students, as you know, in my every online lecture, first of all I would like to discuss the learning outcomes of today's lecture, right? So first of all, as you know, the previous RA would be discussed, and then we would be doing the comprehension from the workbook. Then we'll be discussing adverbs of frequency, the grammar part in your unit number 2, and the reference book pages which we are going to do today are 12, 13, 14, and 15 of your workbook. Okay students, come to page number 10 of your workbook now. As you know, it was your RA and I would discuss this RA first. Okay, come to A part first. Get your books ready. So you just need to make sure either you have done it correctly or not, and if you have made something incorrect, then you have to correct it straight away. So A part is look at the pictures and circle the correct word. So you need to look at the picture carefully and then you have to circle the correct word. Okay, so the first one is already done, that is peck. Number 2 is worm. Number 3 is pine cone. Number 4 is berries. Number 5 is escape, and number 6 is hunt. B part is complete the chart. So you have been given a word bank and you have been given two circles. The first circle says things animals eat and the second circle says things animals do. So you have to pick up the word from the word bank and you have to write down these words in the correct circle. Okay, so first word is creep. Creep is the word which animals do or which animals eat. Yes, things animals do. So in things animals do circle, you have to write on the third word, that is creep. Okay, berries is things animals eat. Fight, things animals do. Worm, things animals eat. Quack, things animals do. Come to page 11 of your workbook now. What's next? Read and match. Okay, so you have been given 4 words in against every number. So you have to see it would be matching with which picture, A, B, C or D. Okay, first one is already done. As you can see, fight, peck, fight, peck, and then again fight. So you would see that which picture shows that somebody is fighting. Letter D. So it is already matched with letter D. Now number 2, worm, berries, pine cone. That means over here the sequence is worm, berries, pine cone. Then again next is worm. What would be the next one? Berries. Yes, it would be matching with letter B. Number 3 is hunt, creep. Hunt, creep. So what would be next? Yes, creep. So it would be matching with letter C. Number 4 is escape, escape. Squawk, squawk. So what would be next? Escape, escape. So it would be matching with letter A. Okay students, come to page number 11 of your workbook, that is part D. Read the clues and complete the crossword. So as you can see at the bottom of the page, it's given across and down. Some of the words you have to fill up in the across position and some of the words you have to fill up in down position. Okay, so number 1, which is already done, to get away from a place. So think of a word. What would be the meaning of this word, this sentence? To get away from a place. When you get away from a place, that means you escape. Okay, so number 1 is written escape in the across position. Number 5, now you have to fill up number 5 in the across position. Small red fruits. Yes, berries. Fill up number 5, berries. Number 7 is animals do this to catch food. Hunt. Yes. Number 8 is a long thin animal without legs. Worm. Yes. Number 9 is birds do this with their food. Yes, peck. Now you have to fill up the down positions. Okay. Number 2. In number 2, it grows on pine trees. Pine cone. Very good. Number 3, brothers and sisters sometimes do this. Fight. Very good. Number 4, cats can do this very quietly. It's very simple. Yes, creep. Number 6, birds can make this funny sound loudly. Squawk. Perfect. Okay, students, come to page number 16 of your workbook now. Look at the words, write the numbers. So in A box you will write down number 2, that is fierce. B box number 3, that is gentle. C box number 6, that is smart. D box 5, that is strong. E box 1, that is calm. And F box 4, that is patient. B part is, look at the picture, complete the sentences. The goldfish is calm. The man is strong. The cat is gentle. And the snake is fierce. Okay, students, now the topic is unusual friends, which is on page number 12 of your workbook. Come to page number 12 and 13 of your workbook now and write down classwork, day and date on both the pages. Okay, so the topic is unusual friends. So unusual friends are those friends which are basically different from others. Okay, that were different, like it could be different in many ways, like that is surprising, interesting, or attractive, or the things or the speciality in those friends might be uncommon, right? So this is what we call unusual friends. So let's read this topic, and as you can see on my slide that the points to be discussed are: how is Molly different from rabbits? Okay, how is Molly the same as the rabbits? Then you have to complete the Venn diagram, that is on page number 13, and the reference pages from the workbook is 12 and 13 page. So let's start the reading first, then I will discuss this with you, and then you will think of the answers which I mentioned on my slide. Okay, at the top it's written, what animals does the cat see? As unless you read this whole, you won't be able to answer this question, right? So let's read it and find out. The Smiths have a big cat, Molly. Molly is loud and playful, but always friendly and gentle. One cold day, Molly sees two small, quiet rabbits in the yard. They are cold and alone. Molly carries the rabbits to the door and meows. They are scared. The Smiths came out. They make a big and warm cage for the rabbits to sleep in. The rabbits are happy. They are gentle and Molly likes them. Sometimes they play with Molly in the yard and they never fight. Okay, students, let's talk about the story now. So the story is very simple. The Smiths have a big cat and its name is Molly. Molly is very loud and playful and friendly and gentle too. So one cold day what she sees that there are rabbits in the yard, quiet rabbits in the yard, and they are cold and alone. So what Molly does, Molly carries the rabbits to the door and say meow. So when they heard the sound of a meow, they are a bit scared. The Smiths came out and they made a big cage for the rabbits to sleep in. Rabbits are happy now, they are gentle as well, and Molly likes them too. Sometimes they play with each other and they never fight with each other. So this was the whole story. When I ask you a question like, how is Molly different from the rabbits and how is Molly the same as the rabbits? So what would be your answer? Can you come out with the answer now? It's very simple. Okay, let's talk about Molly first. What about Molly? Molly is loud and Molly is a big cat. When we talk about rabbits, yes, rabbits are small and rabbits are quiet too. And when I say what is same in both, so what would be your answer? Yes, they both are very gentle. This is what is same in both the animals. Okay, come to page number 13 of your workbook now. That is the comprehension part. A part is what part of the story do you like? You need to check mark that one. So it is your own choice, whatever you like the most. You just need to tick mark that. B part is compare and contrast Molly and the rabbits. Write the words in the Venn diagram. So it's very simple as discussed earlier as well. In Molly section, loud is written. As I told you that Molly is loud. So what would be number 2 in Molly's one? Yes. Number 2 would be big. Molly is a big cat. In both one, what would you write? Both are gentle. So you will write gentle in both. What would you write in the rabbits one? Rabbits are small and quiet. This is how you have completed the Venn diagram. C part is circle true or false. So you just need to circle true and false. Molly is a friendly bird. No, Molly is not a bird. Molly is a cat, so it's false. It is a cold day when Molly finds the rabbits. Yes. The rabbits sleep with Molly in the kennel. No, false. The rabbits are lonely at the Smith's house. No, false. Once Yes, they were lonely, but once they were at the Smith's house, they were not lonely anymore. Number 5. Molly and the rabbits are friends at the end of the story. True or false? Yes, true. The Smiths are nice people. Yes, true. Okay, students, as you can see on my slide, the today's grammar part is adverbs of frequency. So adverbs of frequency are basically adverbs of time that answer the question. How frequently or how often, they actually tell us how often something happens. As you can see on my slide, the different words which are used as adverbs of frequency are always, usually, sometimes, hardly ever, and never. Okay, students, so the adverbs of frequency on my slide, as you can see, are always, usually, sometimes, hardly ever, and never. So the word always is used in a sentence, the things which you do it every day. Let's say it's 100% of the time. And in the opposite, the thing which you never do, you would say 0% of the time. And the things and the words like usually, sometimes, and hardly ever, these are the words which we use in a sentence. They talk about a thing which we do less or less. Then we use these words like usually, sometimes, and hardly ever. For example, let's discuss with the help of an example here. Always. I always do my work on time. I always wake up early in the morning. I usually watch TV after dinner. I sometimes do my work in the afternoon. I hardly ever watch TV after dinner. They are never late to school. They never fight with each other. So here are some more examples about adverbs of frequency, like I always read, always. I usually go out to eat, usually. I sometimes cook, sometimes. I hardly ever wash my car, hardly ever. I never go camping, never. Okay, students, come to page number 14 of your workbook now and write down classwork day and date at the top of the page. Look at the B part now. Look at the chart and read the sentences. Write T true or F false. As you can see the chart below, there are 4 names given: Jim, Amy, Roy, and Rosie. And different adverbs of frequency are given, like always, usually, sometimes, hardly ever, and never. Always is followed with 4 ticks. Usually is followed with 3 checks. Sometimes is followed with 2 checks. Hardly ever is followed with 1 check, and never is followed with cross. So you have to see the adverbs of frequency of these persons, accordingly the checks. As you can see, the Jim. Jim drinks milk. What do you see? Jim always drinks milk. Jim usually drinks milk. Jim sometimes drinks milk. Jim hardly ever drinks milk. Or Jim never drinks milk. Yes, Jim always drinks milk. Jim usually eats fish. Jim sometimes, no, Jim always plays ball. And the last one is Jim goes to the park. How many ticks are here? 1. So Jim hardly ever goes to the park. Okay, now at the bottom of page number 14, there are 4 sentences given to you and you have to mark true and false. Okay, so number 1 is Jim sometimes drinks milk. So have a look in the Jim column and then see the drinks milk column. Is it true or false? There are 4 checks and it says always, but they wrote here Jim sometimes drinks milk. That means it's false. Number 2, Amy never goes to the park. Go in the Amy section first. Number 2 is Amy section, and then see goes to the park column. If you see in goes to the park box of Amy, it says 3 ticks, and 3 checks means usually, but they say never goes to the park. That means it's false. Number 3, Roy never eats fish. Go in Roy's column and see eats fish. It shows cross, that means never, so it's true. Number 4, Rosie usually plays ball. Go in the Rosie section and see plays ball box. It says cross. So Rosie usually plays ball is false because the box shows Rosie never plays ball. Come to page number 15 of your workbook now, and I'm sure you have written the date and day already. So look at the C part now. Look at the chart again. Circle the correct words. Again, you have to see the chart which is on page number 14 and you have to do this part. Okay, so Rosie usually or sometimes drinks milk. Which one is the correct one? Go in the Rosie one. Yes, the box shows Rosie sometimes drinks milk, so you will circle sometimes. Number 2, Amy always or never eats fish. Go in the Amy box and eats fish. Yes, Amy never eats fish. Number 3, Roy sometimes or hardly ever goes to the park. Go in the Roy column and see goes to the park. It shows 2 checks, that means sometimes. So Roy sometimes goes to the park. Number 4 is Jim always or usually plays ball. Go in Jim and see plays ball. It shows 4 checks, that means always. So you will circle always. Number 5, Rosie never or hardly ever goes to the park. Have a look at Rosie in the chart and goes to the park. It shows 1 check, that means hardly ever. Number 6, Amy usually or always drink milk. Again, look at the chart and go to Amy section. So Amy drinks milk. Have a look, Amy drinks milk. It shows 3 checks, that means usually. So you will circle usually. Okay students, this is the time for home tasks now. As you can see on my slide, page 15, part D and E of your workbook is your homework. Okay, D part is again you have to look at the chart and you have to fill up the blanks, and the E part is you have to fill up these blanks according to your own choice. Okay, and I'm sure you wouldn't find it difficult for yourself to do it. And if you've listened to my whole online lecture carefully, it wouldn't be difficult for you to do it yourself. So that's all for today. Take good care of yourself. See you then. Bye bye.